Are
Oh,
you live? I'm
oh no,
live.
I started recording.
See, this is what happens every time. Hi, guys. We're not doing Mind of a Founder at Float because Jesus apparently said that on Easter, Float shall not be open. So we're mixing it up and doing it here. We went to Starbucks and got our coffee. There you go, Starbucks.
We're live finally.
Oh, we're live? Okay, beautiful. Hi, Instagram. I don't know if you just heard me tell Facebook, but Float is closed today, probably because of the holiday, I would imagine. So we are not able to do it there, and that's why the delay. But anyway, uh, without further ado, we're gonna do it. How you doing, Pump?
Good.
Doing well?
Well,
I know I'm a little chilly over here. I'm getting cold, hot, as I always do. So I'm gonna put this
I
on.
thought you were gonna explain your whole like good well thing. Because
What?
you're like, why do people always say ask, oh, how are you doing? People
Oh
are like,
yeah.
oh, I'm doing good, and you're like, well,
What did you answer?
good,
See, I
and
didn't even listen. Yeah.
you're
See,
like, well, I
yeah. So yeah, there's a thing
don't.
when when people, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. It's like, do you really know what good means? Good means like you're helping an old lady cross the road. That's actually doing good. And so I say, motherfucker, I can always say I'm doing good because I'm always doing good. I live to help people. So I can say that. And she, I guess, does too, but she's trying to get to. You should always say, "Oh, I'm doing well." Well, you shouldn't always say it because if you're not doing well, you're not doing well. But
Mhm.
anyway, so now I'm a little more comfortable. You ready to get this started, babe?
Mhm.
Let's do it.
All right. First question.
Mm.
What?
Wait, she said this morning she was like, "I don't know if you're ready. These are going to be some thoughtful, provoking questions, not whatevs." Anyway, so let's do it.
Sorry. Um. All right. First question. What is the most important characteristic that makes a business good in your eyes?
What is the number one characteristic
Mhm.
in a business?
Most important
Most
characteristic
important characteristic in a business.
that
Um,
makes it good
that
in
makes
your
it
eyes.
good. Wait, what? See, there we go. Makes it good because there's companies that I think are awesome companies that aren't doing quote unquote good. They're doing well, and I like them. But what do I like? I'll just sum. What do I like to see out of a company? Um, I like integrity. I'm big on integrity. Um, I'm big on just doing the right thing. I think in business, a lot of people, I think I remember this back in the day. It was almost like I was not molded or whatever, but it was like business people were bad people. They're always out to fuck somebody, right? They're always wanting to do somebody wrong. And I don't know. I've always I've met some really good business people and I've met some really bad business people. Good, as in they do good. And I think as long as you mean well, and I think it goes back to the golden rule of, treat people how you want to be treated. So if you respect people and you just treat them well, and you don't do anything like everyone is someone's child, son, daughter, their mother, like whatever. So if you don't want anyone treating your sister like that or your brother like that, don't treat anyone else's like that. And I think if you just live by that, so if any business like that does that, right? What is who? Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it right now. T-Mobile, right? T-Mobile. We're on T-Mobile's. They're getting on my shit list. Why? Because their corporation, like they've told me and the girlfriend, like they say one person says this, and then the next time it's like the other person's like, no, that person was wrong. And then the next person, oh, that person was wrong. It's like, get your fucking story straight. So anyway, yeah, I don't like that. I don't, because then it makes you look shady. And I think in business, if you're shady, you're shit. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that answered the question, but that's what I'm saying. My answer is just don't be a shithead.
So I'm getting a question from one of the viewers here, and he wants to specify
Hi, viewer.
Infinite
Thanks for
Potential
following.
22,
Who?
who caught on that I have an accent.
Who, me or you?
Me. He's like,
Oh,
you have an accent. Are you foreign? I'm like,
she's from England.
yeah. I was like,
She
good catch.
she's Chinese, but she's from England. Interesting.
So anyway, he was saying there's a difference between a successful business and a good business.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. Like you can be a good business person in the sense of success, but still be a shitty, grimy person, right? And you got the opposite. So I completely agree with you. What like to me, I don't care how successful you are, it's how you treat your people. And not just your customers, your employees too, right? Like that's a big thing. I think as a business owner, I work for you guys, the fans, the customers. We don't have employees yet, but yeah, like we own the internships. Like I work for the interns. The interns don't work for me. So yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Question two.
Two. How did you get started in the industry and how long ago was that?
Ooh, how did I get started and how long ago? Well, I've been in it. I started my first company when I was in the Marine Corps, called Tagless Clothing, and it was me and a few other of our buddies came together to do it. Um, but it was so premature, and then after that, um, I got a bug for apparel slash, I guess, entrepreneurship, and started uh, Poetic Rage, and we launched in 2005, that one. So I've been doing this a while, and then from there, Three Clothing, and then groceries, apparel, and now, for better not worse. And what was that? Oh, wait, why did I get into it?
How did you get started and how long ago?
Oh, well, I guess how I got started was, I don't know. When I was down in Florida after I got out of the Marines, that's not weird. After I got out of the Marines, um, I moved down to Florida, and my buddy there, John, he and I were, we'd always go out and stuff. And like, they don't have any like cool places to really shop there, at least at the time. This is what 2002, and we so we just started like we'd buy our stuff and we would like redo it and make it look different so we didn't look like everybody else that did that. And I said I was going to live in Orlando for 2 years and then move out to LA, which I did. And while I was out here, I just I fell in love with just the whole apparel and fashion and all of that, and started working at Gap so I can get stuff at half off and make it my own. And then I started getting requests there to make stuff. Um, and then that led to me saying, well, shit, why don't I start a business? And then ended up going back to Florida to start it. And that became Poetic Rage. And then I lived there and moved back here and said I want to just go back from ground one. And I started interning, and then it became, what it is today. So,
I
yeah.
think you kind of just glazed over the concept of poetic rage.
What do you mean?
Like you're like, and then I started this company called Poetic Rage, and then I moved over to LA. I think Poetic Rage was kind of a cool company.
Yeah, it was cool. It was we were I started it with my buddy John, which he's still in Orlando, owns a bar called Teak Neighborhood Bar and Grill. He and our other good buddy Chris, and they're doing really well. You should check it out. The food is fucking amazing, and they're both legit guys. So, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, we had a company. It was called Poetic Rage, and the whole concept behind it. This was in 2004 was when I was like concepting it and trying to come up with the idea. And then we launched in 2005, and we were both in the Marines together. That's where we originally met. His last name was Prochelle, mine was Reed, so we wanted to do a PR. He and I were completely different in the sense of like, um, I'm a calm guy, but he's super calm. So he was more on like the quiet side, and we felt that everything's, there's two sides of every story. You got the quiet boom, and you got the rager side. So it was like the poetic rage. It was whatever, but I that company I fucking loved. I put my everything into that, and I learned a lot. And I really learned that I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, to be honest with you, because we got some good breaks in that company, and I just didn't know how to. I didn't know anything about business. I thought it was going to be super easy, and then we went we went in like 30 national papers like within the first couple months of us launching. Sold out all our inventory. Like shit, this business stuff is easy.
Right.
I didn't realize.
Wait, hold on. Can you do a shout out to the real young Jay?
The real young Jay.
Yeah, do you do shout out?
Hi, real young Jay. Yeah, I'll do a shout out for you.
And then Thrasher Boy 900 said, I got one of your shirts.
Thank you, Thrasher. A child got some groceries because of that. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you for that.
Continue
All
with
right. So
Poetic
yeah,
Rage.
that was it. That was Poetic Rage. It's long gone. If you do a search for Poetic Rage Patricc Reed, um, you'll see some good stuff. Two C's, no K. Well, sometimes they put a K.
Did you call out Haynes at all during this rant?
Oh. No, because I don't want to go. It's a whole nother thing. So Tagless, the very first one, this wasn't even my idea. This is my buddy. I think it was Reese, Reese or Woe, one of those guys, which we're all friends on Facebook. We were all in the Marines, and we Tagless. The whole idea behind Tagless was we wanted to do a brand, a clothing brand that, and we were none of us were artists or whatever. Reese always thinks he's good at art, but whatever. You wanted to do like take artists, independent artists, artwork, and we put it on a shirt and we sell it, right? And we give the artist cuts off of what we sell. And the thing was, we didn't like the labels in the back, or they didn't, or that was the whole market thing. And we were like, what if we made it without a label and we called it tagless? Swear to Jesus, this is in 2000 or 2001. I can't remember. Whichever one it was before Tagless had came out with Tagless, and we did it
Haynes came out with
before Haynes came out with Tagless. Yeah, yeah, long before that, and or years before that, and we got trademarked, boom, 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 did the thing, spent our money on that, didn't have any money, and then we all got deployed at the same time. So it was kind of like the company just went, and then that was it. Because all the company, no big deal. And a couple years later, I'm out of the Marines and I see a freaking commercial from Haynes saying tagless, and I was like, what? Call my business partner, my ex-business partner with this, which ended up becoming my business partner with 3 Clothing. But anyway, and yeah, I think some shady shit went on, and I don't know. I don't have any proof. This was so long ago. I was like 20 years old, 19 years old doing this. So, but yeah, that's enough of that. Let's get back on focus.
Okay. I just thought it was
Topic.
interesting.
No, whatever. Maybe.
All right. What's the long-term goal for FBNW?
Long term.
And what's your goals long-term as a person?
Long-term goal of FBNW and long-term as a person. That's actually very. I like that because there are two different sides of it. There is the me and there is the company, and the way I look at it, it's all one. But that's only when I'm looking at it from 5,000 feet. It's one because at the end of the day, my goal isn't to stay in this company 100% like I am now. My goal is to get this company to where it's doing what it's doing because there's bigger, there's other things out there that I feel that I can get to and that I will get to in the future and making a bigger impact. This is just one leg of what will be a bigger picture thing for me personally. So long term, the goal for FBNW is just to be a really um, cool brand that does great things. Think about how you think about Patagonia, and I'm not putting ourselves even anywhere close to that because they're whatever, but how you look at them and they're an authentic company, and their founder's an amazing, just the way his outlook on everything. Like they're just a legit company. And then you look at what Tom's has done, and there's a lot of criticism and stuff about what they've done, but at the end of the day, they've done, you know, they've done more good than harm, by far. So if you can imagine like companies like that coming together and you know, being one company, that's what I envision for FBNW. For me personally, I'm big and I feel strong about mentorships and helping children go the right path, and then it trickles out and grows from there. So I think on the bigger level for me is I want to have like mentorship programs where we're taking children that are at risk of, you know, going the bad way. You know, their parents are incarcerated, especially if you don't have a dad figure and you're a male, or if you're a a female without, you just need, it doesn't have to be male, female, or whatever. You just need good role models in your life either way. And I feel that I can have a program that will help that will help a lot of people in the future. So that's my long term of what I want. And I also, you know, I just want to own businesses. I love businesses. So yeah.
Okay.
What else we got?
Right. If you could go back and change anything, what would you change? Sorry.
If I can go back and change one thing,
Yeah, they didn't specify what, they said anything.
yeah, it's hard because there's a lot of things that I wished hadn't taken me as long as it did to figure it out. Um, but figuring it out, you know, was a lesson learned that like when you figure something out after, like for instance, our manufacturing, I wish I'd figured out earlier that it's smarter to try to look at the end goal of the company than to look so close in. So I wish I'd figured that out like 6 months ago. But since I didn't, like I now I'll view things in a different way going forward. So I don't know if there's anything I would change. I would have put money in different ways, like spending on different things. So it's like there's a loads of things, not any one big thing though, or nothing that's groundbreaking to make it exciting.
Do you have anything personal since the business was
That I
created?
wished I had.
Yeah, as a kid, anything.
I wish I'd learned more. I wish I'd thought the, you know, I
Paid
wish I'd.
attention in class.
No, I think this goes down to the education thing. I don't think they're not. I don't want to get in on this, but I don't think that they teach you. This will be a 2 cents one day. I don't think they teach you. I think they're too focused on teaching you what you need to, what they think you need to know, as opposed to teaching you why you should want to know it.
That's more of like a college thing. In high school and elementary, they just teach you whatever's in a book.
Yeah, and I don't think that's right. I don't care what level it is. Like we're human beings. Like we learn. So I think at an early age, instead of just teaching what's right and what's wrong, teach why it's right and why it's wrong. Like that's me on a personal level and parenting and a leadership thing. It's like I think so so early on I think if I had like known why as opposed to, because I was one of those stubborn kids. It's like fuck you. I don't no 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 no. I know everything. I know exactly, you know, as opposed to somebody just slapping me in the head and saying, no, listen, this is why you want to know this, right? That's why I love learning now because I know the advantage that it gives me to other people that's not learning on a daily basis. So yeah, I just wish I'd learned earlier. learned learned the importance of learning.
What was your favorite subject in school
Favorite subject in school was girls,
that you could be graded on?
sports, baseball.
You get a grade for baseball?
No, but
Then answer my question.
um, I liked math, but I didn't like it. You know, I didn't like class. I enjoyed math, but I didn't like math class. So favorite subject, the subject I was the best at was math. but I wasn't. I'm telling you, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't care to learn in school. As long as I was graduating on time, that was all that mattered. I knew I was going into the military, so it was just it doesn't matter. Like I don't need that type of score because I'm trying to get into this school. I was like, I'm going to the Marines, so I think I can, I could pass that test.
All your high school teachers love you, though.
They love me now. They didn't love me then.
But all Facebook friends say hi.
Hi, all of Mrs. Richardson. I love her. Like I used to give her such a hard time. I feel so bad for that, But I was a young, dumb kid, and yeah, like I love all my teachers. Like they didn't like me back then, and I didn't like some of them back then. But I've grown, and I know why they didn't like me back then. Makes sense. I was a heathen, so yeah. Sorry for all that trouble I might have caused you.
That's why you need a mentor, kids.
Yeah, that's why I need to mentor kids. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway,
Last question.
last question.
What's the most important thing to focus on when first starting a business?
It's easy. Sales. How are you going to get them? It's just funny. I like that question because I have a lot of people that'll, oh, I got this idea for this idea for a business, and they want to tell me how great the idea is, and then I'm like, okay, well, who are you selling it to, and how are you going to get them to like what through what channel, and that's I catch a lot of people like, well, like I got loads of friends and my family. It's like that doesn't no, it's not a sustainable plan. So in business, I think the most important thing when starting out is figuring out who is going to buy it and how are they going to buy it. What's your what's your channel? What channels are you using to sell? Is it going to be wholesale? Is it going to be e-com? If it's going to be e-com, how are you going to get people to the site? Right? There's a lot of people out there with websites. It's hard to get people to your site. It costs a lot of money. So I think that's the most important thing. Doesn't matter if you've got a great product. How are you going to get people's eyes on it and through what channel? So, yeah. So is that it?
That's
That's it?
Yep.
Anything else?
What's for lunch?
What's for lunch? I don't know. You got a lot of work to do on taxes.
Do you love math?
Once again, no, math was I was better at math. Didn't love it.
Better at baseball too.
I wish I could go back and take like physics and chemistry over and literally geography. I would, if I could go back right now,
All subjects.
I would go take all those subjects over because I want to know them now. Right? I'm getting by without knowing them, don't get me wrong, but I read a lot and I do all that. But yeah, I wish I could take all those classes now. And all this stuff, I was like, oh, it's stupid.
What are like night classes?
Yeah, with what fucking time? That's the thing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Make time. I always make time, but all right. Peace, love, happiness. Thanks for turning in. And don't forget, submit your questions at ask@fbnw.us or by any commenting or doing anything. And
Sundays
at around 10ish, around 10ish in the morning. Depends. We got held up this morning because Easter's. So, all right. Love you guys. Peace. Oh, no, that means peace. 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 No, that means fuck you.